Hi, welcome to the Listen Up Girl podcast, your daily LGBTQ plus news podcast. I am Zach Randall-Friedman, and today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. We are day 24 of Pride Month. We are 4 days away into the New York City Pride March, and today we have a lot going on. We have wins, we have outrages, and we have one heavy metal band that is officially on a government list. So here's what's making news today. First, Queer America is leaving. Let's start with a number that should stop you cold. A new report from the Rainbow Railroad, the world's leading LGBTQ plus asylum relocation group, reveals that last year that they received over 20,000 direct requests for relocation assistance from queer and trans people inside the United States. That is a 51% increase from 2024. And that is the highest number of requests the organization has received since it was founded in 2006. To be clear, Rainbow Railroad was built to help LGBTQ plus people escape persecution in countries like Uganda, Iran, and now Americans, people who live here, are calling them for help getting out. At the same time, the report documents that fewer queer refugees from the countries are being allowed in the U.S. because of the orange convicted felons immigration crackdown. One transgender woman from Jamaica, Terry K. Walker, was already approved for U.S. resettlement when the administration's executive order shut it down, leaving her stranded in Colombia. Unable to speak the language, unable to pay for housing. Rainbow Railroad eventually helped her get to Canada instead. This is what data looks like. This is what the policies look like on a real, actual human life. The report is called Understanding the State of Global LGBTQI plus Persecution. Take a read. Next, GWAR is on some list. Now I need to talk to you about GWAR. GWAR is a heavy metal band from Richmond, Virginia. Just in case I'm mispronouncing, it's GWAR. And they have been performing since 1984. Their entire band is in elaborate costumes, alien warrior lore, and performing fake, over-the-top, blood-soaked executions of political figures and celebrities on stage. They have done this to Obama, Biden, Hillary Clinton, Elon Musk, Queen Elizabeth, and nobody blinked. Then they performed a mock execution of the orange convicted felon at the band's Warped Tour in Washington, D.C. earlier this month. Video went viral in MAGA circles, and apparently the Secret Service came calling. The band's vocalist, Mike Bishop, confirmed in a recent interview that GWAR was being investigated. His exact quote, "Let's just say GWAR is on some list." He has also said something that lands a little differently in Pride Week. He said, for years, quote, GWAR would do whatever we wanted. We would kill politicians from both sides of the aisle. We never had backlash. But once Trump came into power, suddenly their art was a federal matter. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, FIRE, has also weighed in, calling the inquiry a clear threat to the First Amendment protected speech. Art that questions power is supposed to be uncomfortable. That's the whole point. And GWAR, their glorious fake blood, have more in common with Pride movement than you might think. Next, we go to Morgan Armstrong gets $10,000. Now for a win that should not have required a lawsuit, but here we are. Morgan Armstrong is a young woman in Cleveland, Tennessee. She came out as gay on social media during her senior year at Tennessee Christian Preparatory School. She posted photos with her girlfriend, captioned, "Cat's out of the bag." She also sent a private message to friends asking them to like a post because, and I love this, she had some, quote, Trump-supporting Jesus motherfuckers on her page. The school found out, called her family, and then banned her from graduation, threatened to withhold her diploma, and told her if she said anything publicly, they would forward negative information to her colleges. Morgan's attorney made the obvious point. She never posted a single thing about the school. She came out, and that was it. On her graduation day, she stood across the street and watched her classmates walk the stage without her. She sued, and this week a court approved the settlement. Tennessee Christian Preparatory School will pay Morgan Armstrong $10,000. Her suspension has been officially rescinded, her diploma is hers, and the school is barred from making disparaging comments about her to any college or university. Morgan, wherever you are, congratulations on your diploma, your lawsuit, and your girlfriend. Next, Delaware says yes to queer families. So while a lot of states are moving backwards, Delaware just moved forward. Governor Matt Meyer signed SB 250 into law, modernizing the state's parentage laws to protect children born through IVF, surrogacy, and assisted reproduction. Family building paths that are essential to LGBTQ plus families. Before this law, some children born through those methods in Delaware had no clear legal path to being recognized as belonging to their parents. That gap meant political issues with custody, health insurance, inheritance, and medical decision-making. SB 250 closes these gaps. It allows intended parents to establish legal parentage more quickly and clearly, and it updates surrogacy provisions so that everyone in agreement knows the terms up front. Jordan Wilson, executive director of COLAGE, a nonprofit supporting youth and LGBTQ plus families, said, by modernizing its laws, it's better reflect and protects today's families. Delaware has set an example for states across the country. It should not be news that a state protected its family. But in 2026, it is, and today we are grateful for it. Next, we go to Nancy Mace and the transgender mice. So I'm going to say this plainly. The person who just lost a gubernatorial primary and declared herself the top bathroom sheriff in Congress is back. Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina has introduced the Trans Mice Act. And I'm not making this up. Legislation to prohibit federal funds from being used, quote, to conduct, support, or fund research aimed at altering an animal's biological sex. She posted, animals should not be used for radical transgender experiments. That is not science. This is ideological cruelty paid for by the American taxpayers. X's community notes immediately flagged her, pointing out that so-called transgender mice claim, which originated from the Orange Convicted Felons March 2025 congressional address, refers to transgenic research mice used to study the effects of hormones on disease. Not ideology, science. Nancy Mace doubled down anyway. Here's what I want you to know. This is a woman who lost her gubernatorial race this month despite, or perhaps because, of making anti-trans legislation her entire political identity. She didn't win, and now she's writing laws about mice. Stay focused. This is a distraction. But this is also deeply funny, so let's acknowledge it and move on. She's a cuckoo clock. Next, Mary Trump reads her uncle. Short and sweet because this one deserves its moment. Mary Trump, the Orange Convicted Felon's gay niece and outspoken critic, took to social media this week to brutally mock her uncle after he blamed vandals for problems surrounding the National Reflecting Pool renovation. Her one-word assessment, pathic. She added, as anybody can say with this with a straight face is beyond my comprehension. Mary Trump, who is openly gay, has been a consistent voice of accountability in this family, and we love to see it. Then we are 4 days to the march. We are 4 days from the New York City Pride March, and the city is electric. WABC TV this week released their annual Pride special, Pride 2026 for all of us, and one segment stood out to me. Tea Lounge, the only bar in New York City owned and operated by trans women. In a moment where anti-trans rhetoric is louder than ever, Tea Lounge exists. It thrives. It serves its community every single night. The special's theme is drawn from a quote attributed to Marsha P. Johnson. There's no pride for some of us without liberation for all of us. And that is the spirit of June 28th. The march routes, the ground marshals, the crowds, all of it is coming on Sunday. And whether you are in New York City or watching from your couch, it's going to be something big. We are almost there, so get ready. So that's your news for Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, day 24 of Pride Month. If today's show meant something to you, take 30 seconds and subscribe to the Listen Up Girl podcast now, wherever you get your podcasts. Also hit that follow button so you never miss an episode. And we're doing this every single day of Pride Month, and we need all of you with us until June 30th. Leave a rating for the show because it generally helps more people see the show. Share today's episode with somebody who needs to hear it and that are fighting back, winning, and showing up even when it's hard. And find me on social at TheRealZachRE. And you can find Listen Up Girl on YouTube as well. I'm Zach Reynolds-Friedman. Stay informed, stay proud, and stay loud. I'll see you tomorrow.